beautiful, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this video where I'm gonna chat a bit about what I wish that brands would release. I'm gonna go into very specifics, so if you want to hear about, like, I don't know, wish list, it's like a little bit of a wish list or what I think would work for the brands, or honestly just what I would like to spend my money on. And if you haven't been here before, hello, my name is Angie, I'm your lover of fashion and makeup. I just love everything that has to do with fashion and makeup and color and playing with all of it and hauling it and reviewing it and testing it. I'm just still very much in love with the entire concept, and if you want to see more of that on your timeline, don't forget to subscribe because I upload 5 videos a week. Now, it is incredibly hot in Sweden today. Like, I'm not even kidding, it is a bit over 30 degrees Celsius right now in the town where I'm living, so I can't be wearing anything else but a tank top. You're gonna have to listen. This is what it is. This is what it is. I did film this look, I filmed it for Instagram. If it's live, I will leave a link to it down below. If it's not live, it's coming soon. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. I do post quite a lot of things there. In my description box, you will also find my other socials. You will find my merch shop and my vlog channel in case you're interested in checking out my stuff at other places. I did get this video idea from Lisa Lobotomy. She is a Swedish YouTuber that does videos in English. I've actually met her in real life. She is super sweet, so I will leave her video down below as well in case you want to see what she wanted to see from brands. And I will honestly say that I don't 1,000,000% remember what she said, because when I'm filming this, it was more than a week. It's been more than a week since I saw that video, so I don't remember if we are saying some of the same things, because I compiled my list yesterday. But check her video out, she had some really good suggestions, and I did remember that when I watched the video I was like, I agree with these 1,000,000% and I want to do it myself. I'm also having a 0 calories grapefruit soda because, like I said, it is hot in here today. I'm gonna mention these in no specific order, but I will mention the first thing that I thought when I compiled this list is that I wish that Anastasia Beverly Hills, not Norvina, not that brand, I wish that ABH would release another eyeshadow palette. I miss it. The last palette I bought from ABH was the Amrisi palette, and I do believe that that was the last palette that this brand had, and I loved it. The quality was beautiful, I loved the looks I did. It did have pressed glitters though. Those could just, I don't care, they could burst into flames, I wouldn't miss them. Okay, but don't, like, if you burst into flames, could it be just contained to your little pan? Because don't mess up the rest of the palette, because I love that palette. The Amrisi palette, beautiful. I didn't own the original Anastasia palette, but this one, the number 2 with the pink packaging, wonderful palette, extremely underrated. But I think at that point people were very tired of Anastasia. I would love for ABH to come out with a new palette now for fall season. That's just, I don't know, I just feel if they would come out with something that's like yummy, half neutral, half jewel tone palette with like maybe a green, because green is pretty popular right now. I feel like they could do really good right now. I feel like people are ready for another ABH palette. I am. I really hope they come with that. Also, something that I thought of instantly when I compiled this list, something that I've mentioned before, I really hope and I really wish that Melt will do their Baby Girl stack as a palette. I love that stack. I will put a picture up here. It is a 5-pan stack, like single shadows that you put into a stack, and it was a pink brown coral stack with a duochrome. It was absolutely beautiful. I really hope that they will bring that into a palette, and I'm crossing my fingers hoping that that will be one of their 8-pan palettes, so that they can take those 5 shadows and add 3 more. And I really hope that they would add a matte red to that palette, because I feel like it will go so well with this color scheme. And I also think that it's a crying shame that Melt doesn't have their amazing red matte formula in a permanent palette, because they don't. They've only released red matte eyeshadows in limited edition eyeshadow palettes, and that's a crying shame because they do matte red eyeshadows so good. So that is what I'm hoping for, and I honestly I wouldn't be that surprised if this happens. I am pre-filming this a little bit, so I honestly don't know when this is going up. Maybe this is going up and some of these things might have already come into tuition, and if they have, listen, nobody's happier than me. Another thing that I thought of instantly is that I wish that Propa Beauty would release lip liners in corresponding colors to their lipsticks. They have a beautiful lipstick line, just a wonderful formula. it is a bit, it is a sheer formula that is buildable, so you can go from more transparent glossy to full-on glossy pigmented lips. I think the formula is beautiful, and I really feel like a lip liner would go so well with these because they are so glossy and slippy. So me, I like wearing these lipsticks with the lip liner, and I think that if Propa Beauty could release these amazing colors in lip liners, it would be such an amazing complement to their line. So I really, really hope that that will come in the future, because I feel like that would be such a great release for the brand. Speaking of lip products, another brand that I wish would expand a bit on their lip products is Oden's Eye. I really like the lipsticks that Oden's Eye has released. I really like their the cream lip tints. I really like the matte bullet lipsticks, and I really like the creamy bullet lipsticks. The matte liquid lipsticks aren't my favorite, but also those are not really in fashion anymore, so if they don't expand on those, I won't miss them. But they have such nice formulas. Like those 3 formulas that I mentioned, I really like the formulas, but they have so few colors. So I really hope that when they release upcoming collections, they will also like expand their line. Maybe add 2 colors in each collection that's upcoming and just add them to their permanent line, because I feel like it's such great formulas. I just wish that they would come out with even more colors, and I feel like it would be so smart to include these formulas in upcoming collection in just new colors, just to expand it. A bit like Colourpop does. Like Colourpop also comes out with bigger collections when they release things, and it's usually like new colors in already tried and true formulas, and I really hope that Oden's Eye would do that in the future with the lip formulas, because they're so nice and I just really want to see more colors. Oh, let's do another lip formula. This is something that I mentioned before. I love the colors of the NYX lip lingeries. So wonderful, and they did do liquid lipsticks in those, and I know some people hated them and some people loved them. I actually quite love them, and then they re-released them in a new formula, and they've also had lip crayons and glosses in those shades. That is a wonderful shade range of neutrals for every skin tone, but also every undertone, and also some like not neutrals, but like muted red, muted lilac, like really awesome undertones, really good color range. I want a sheer glossy like bullet lipstick in those colors. I cannot explain to you how big of a hit that would be. NYX, please, the lip lingeries needs to be a glossy bullet formula, like a, you know, that kind of a formula that's like semi-transparent, super glossy, like a gloss in a stick, but not fully opaque color, with those wonderful colors with the wonderful undertones. I really feel like that would be such a great release, especially now that like mask mandates are being released in different parts of the world, and like people are getting more vaccinated, and hopefully like we're getting out of this nightmare. I feel like a release like that could be such a hit. Another thing that I really want, and this is something that I've been thinking about before, every time I order for NYX Cosmetics, I think, oh, I wish I could try some of their face products, and then I go in and I look at their face products, and I'm always like, nah. I want blushes, highlighters, bronzers. I want that from NYX Cosmetics, but not in big face palettes. Can they just do duos or singles or something like that? I know, I've heard, listen, I hear you. A lot of you keep telling me that actually their face palettes are incredibly good quality, and I'm happy to hear that. And that is the reason why I want them to release it in like duos or even trios. Like, listen, I can do a trio, but I just don't reach for face palettes. I want singles or duos. And I really, really hope that we can see that from NYX Cosmetics, because for a lot of people, face palettes, it isn't it. It's too many shades, it's too big and bulky. It's just too many, like, it's very rare that you get a face palette where you love all the shades. And that is the biggest problem. So I really hope that they would come out with more things like that, because now they've shown us that they can kill the eyeshadow game, and I really hope that they will venture out and start releasing other cool things in other formats as well. And I would love to see like blushes and like highlighters and stuff in smaller packagings. Like, yeah, I really hope that we can see that because I will buy it. And I know they do have blush singles and they have those quads with blushes. But yeah, no, it's not, I don't know why. They're not appealing to me. I want something else. I know. I'm picky, I'm demanding, I'm too much. I know. I want something else. Sorry. Hashtag not sorry. Speaking of that, speaking of like singles, I've mentioned this before, but I want to reiterate it again in this video. The Sigma Beauty highlighter palette is bomb.com. The Alien Cosmetics highlighter palette is bomb.com. It's just that it's too big. I really hope that both of these brands will take that amazing formula and put it in singles. Please, 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 can we get single highlighters and single, or even duos? I can do duos from Alien Cosmetics and Sigma Beauty because they nail the formula. It's just a lot of us are not looking for big palettes. If you are looking for a highlighter palette though, both of these brands are killing that formula. I just, for myself, wish that they were in singles. And I'm kind of crossing my fingers and hoping that that's what I'm gonna see in the future. Another thing that I've actually been thinking about for a really long time, and I remember thinking this the last time that I was in front of a Natasha Denona stand at Sephora. And that was a while ago. I was thinking, I really wish Natasha Denona would come out with bronzers. And I'm surprised that she hasn't. I am actually really surprised she hasn't yet yesterday. Wow. The heat is getting to me. Last year was such a bronzer year. So many bronzers came out, and I honestly think that we're still seeing a lot of bronzers coming, so maybe there's still hope. But I really think if Natasha Denona would release like a satin bronzer formula, oh, I really think that she could kill the game with that. I really hope that we can see more things like that in the future, because the bronzer things that she has had, it seems like people really love them, but it's been in palettes or in duos. She hasn't really done like dedicated bronzers, but I would love to see bronzers from Natasha Denona. I would love that. Or did she have that? Or discontinue it? Or am I missing it? Is it called something else? I think she has some kind of a sculpt thing, but I never really, that's not really what I'm looking for. Like I want a yummy, toasty bronzer. That's what I want. I think I am actually wearing Kaleidos makeup today. I'm wearing the lip glaze and I'm wearing the eyeshadow palette. I think that Kaleidos, since Kaleidos is a half Chinese, half US brand, they are taking a lot of makeup and they're making like a mixture between the culture and a mixture between what's trending in both of these countries. And I feel like they would kill liquid liner. The best colored liquid liners I've ever tried has been from liners that I have bought from Asian brands. And I really feel like when you get liquid liners in colors from Western brands, it's always felt tip liners. And I really feel like if Kaleidos, that always has great colors with great undertones and always makes immaculate formulations, if they would do a liquid liner, I mean, of course brown and black, but also come out with it in different colors with a brush tip applicator, I feel like they would really perfect it because they release great things in great packagings and great formulas, and they would be the perfect merge between these two beauty like trends, because the trends are going in between. I don't know if you've noticed that with like the formulas of eyeshadows from Kaleidos, they are merging what's trending in the Western beauty sphere with what's trending in the Eastern beauty sphere, and they're merging it together to this brand, and maybe that's why it's so amazing. But I really feel like they would kill the liquid liner, like the colored liquid liner game. Imagine liquid liners to go with their different eyeshadows, like the dark teals and this like murky greens, like liquid liners from Kaleidos, and also in colors, like yeah, I would love that. I would also love like eyeliner pens. I'm wearing this one today from Colourpop. I really think that if they did eyeliner pens like as well, they would probably kill that with the undertones and the formulations. Like yeah, that is something that I would love to see like as a next product from Kaleidos, because I really think that they would just bring their A game. I wrote this list before the new cutie palettes by Nabla had been announced, and I wrote here more cutie palettes from Nabla, and now they have announced that they have released 2 new ones. They are probably already available as this video is going up because, like I said, I'm pre-filming a little bit. I'll put a picture up here of how they look. But what I actually want is I want a green cutie palette, and that we still have not seen. Can we get a green cutie palette from Nabla? The Nabla quality with greens, like green, maybe a brown, and like a mustard. I would love that from Nabla. I really think that they would kill that. It would be such a great like autumn or like fall release, depending on where in the world you are. I keep interchanging fall and autumn. I keep using both of the words. I know that's what happens sometimes when you're not like an English native speaker, like you use words from all over, but a green cutie palette would be amazing. And also, I'm on a green kick. Can we get a green 6-pan palette from Juvia's Place as well? Please and thank you. Juvia's Place has some really great green eyeshadows, but they are scattered through different palettes, and one of the green palettes they keep like having in and out of stock, and they're saying it's discontinued and then it's coming back, and then there's a tribe palette. But I would love to see a green 6-pan palette from Juvia's Place. I really feel like they would make that, like, they would bring their A game. They would make that so good, and I really feel like that could be a hit because a lot of people that love neutrals also do love greens, and I'm surprised that not more brands are jumping on the green eyeshadow train, because I feel like it is truly what a lot of people are looking for. The last brand that I put on the list, I put Colourpop, and first I was like, I don't, like, do we even want Colourpop to release anything? Maybe we want Colourpop to release less, but then I remember that I have actually mentioned, and I still do wish that Colourpop would release this. I wish that Colourpop would release some of their smaller palettes, because now they're doing 5 pans and they're also doing 4 pans. I wish that they would release that with color combos that are not just, we don't need more monochromatic palettes. Listen, Colourpop, I love you, I really do. But monochromatic palettes, like, you've done that now, okay? We got it. You have monochromatic quads, you have monochromatic 5 pans, you have monochromatic 9 pans. Like, listen, it's okay. You can let that go. Let that go. Maybe we can get a quad that looks like this, or maybe this kind of a 5 pan. Or I would love a 5 pan like this. Just something that is a little bit different. I want Colourpop to release palettes that has 2 or 3 different colors, either on the different side of the color wheel or complementing colors, green and yellow or orange and purple, like something else. Please, Colourpop, I'm begging you. You've done monochromatic now. You've shown us that you can do that. Can we move on, please? And I would love if they would take advantage of the fact that they're doing quads and 5 pans and just come up with some really cool, funky, different combos. I would absolutely adore that. So yeah, these are my suggestions. These are like, this is my wish list. This is what I wish that brands would come out with. Things that I would buy instantly if I saw them release it. Let me know, what is on your wish list? What do you wish a specific brand would release? Let me know down below, like, what are you hoping to see in the future? Don't forget to subscribe though, because I will see you again tomorrow in a new video. Bye!